Welcome to the Horror Movie Showdown, episode 72. In today's episode, we'll continue right where we left off in the last episode. In the end of The Evil Dead, everyone died. But as the movie made its money back 80 times at the box office, a sequel was bound to happen. Today's movie, Evil Dead 2, got a budget 10 times higher than that of the first movie. And what the audience got in return wasn't quite what they expected, as they got the same movie, just reimagined as a comedy. Let's take a look at this strange sequel. And if you're under the age of 17, now is the time for you to close your eyes. Evil Dead 2 starts out by expanding the lore of the Necronomicon. We are told that it was written by the Dark Ones, and that it can open a passage to the evil worlds beyond. I always loved this expansion of the Evil Dead universe, which is also what made the third movie in the series possible. But before we dive further into this expanded universe, let's get back to the story. We yet again follow Ash and his girlfriend as they head for a cabin in the woods. But this time they have left their friends at home. Yet again they have to cross a bridge to get to the cabin. And by now it should have become obvious that this movie isn't a continuation of the first movie, but rather a remake. It appears that Ash and his girlfriend have broken into the cabin this time around.
What if the people who own this place come home?
They're not gonna come back. Even if they do, we'll tell them that the car broke down or something like that.
And that Ash has become a very different character from the one in the first movie. The difference in his acting is so striking.
What do you say we have some champagne, huh, baby? Huh?
Sure.
Ash quickly finds the professor's tape recorder, and this time the narration has even been spiced up with some expensive Indiana Jones-like cutscenes.
Conda, Estrata, Amantos.
A mere 5 minutes into the movie, and the evil has been awakened. And a minute later, Ash's girlfriend has been possessed. And a minute later again, he has decapitated her. In the prequel, it took 1 hour longer before we got to the beheading, which makes you wonder where they will take the rest of this movie. And you are in for a bit of a spin. Quickly, Ash is also possessed. But as we need a main character, he is saved by the sunset. And now what is this? This scene is so cringe and poorly made. Ash immediately does the rational thing and heads out of there, but the bridge has collapsed. What a surprise! And soon he is yet again hunted down by the evil. This first part of the movie feels a bit unfocused, and as if the director didn't quite know where he was heading with the movie. But to get the plot kickstarted, the professor's daughter is now heading for the cabin with new pages from the book. It is going to be interesting to see if Ash will be able to maintain his sanity until her arrival, because the evil have already started taunting him with piano music and the resurrection of his girlfriend. So I guess the entire body rotted overnight? Oh, it was all in his mind. That is so smart! The movie continues playing gimmicky tricks on us, like this mirror scene. The first movie was super scary right from the start, but this one is kind of absurd and the acting is more comedic. Just look at this scene where his hand is attacking himself. I must admit that I loved this scene as a kid, but it really hasn't aged all that well. I also found this scene really funny as a kid, where we get a point of view of the hand.
Who's laughing now?
I don't know. Who is laughing? Not me. Another thing I remember enjoying about the movie was its hidden jokes. Or maybe not that hidden. I think we'll get more of those in the next movie. So the hand jokes just keep going on, and at this point the movie is a bloody mess. Now to that epic deer scene I was promising you in the last episode. Could you imagine going to the cinema expecting a sequel to one of the scariest movies of all time? And then instead you get a guy dancing with a lamp. If you look at the poll I did on YouTube, it also seems like you guys enjoyed Evil Dead 2 the least in the series. And finally the professor's daughter arrives. And everyone thinks that Ash killed her parents, so he's thrown down in the cellar. This also happens to be where the professor's demon wife is hiding. And as I said in the last episode, these demons are even more insane in this movie. I would have to say that the turning point of Ash's transformation into the character we know and love from Army of Darkness is probably in this scene. He's no longer just clowning around, but now he has become a man of action. So it turns out that the daughter has to translate the new pages of the book to make everything alright again. But before they can destroy the evil, it has to be manifested in the flesh. That doesn't sound like a great idea.
Why the hell would we want to do that?
But before all this happens, Ash is possessed yet again, he kills a bit, and then he gets unpossessed because of love. Now back to the lore, which is probably the best part of this movie. It turns out that there was a savior in the past who destroyed the evil, but as Ash puts it,
Didn't do a very good job.
spoiler! In the next movie, we'll find out who this guy was. For the remainder of the movie, the two most interesting things to happen are that Ash gets his iconic chainsaw arm,
Groovy.
and that the movie ends with him getting sucked through a portal to the evil worlds beyond. It is time to take a look at the scoreboard down in the pit to find out if the movie was bloody good or a bloody mess. The movie has a modest 4 kills. It only has one topless scene with a fake looking demon, so it gets a nudity score of 3. The movie wasn't scary at all, and it had all these cringe jump scares. Not even the tree rape scene was scary, though it was bigger and probably more expensive than the one in the first movie. It gets a scariness score of just 2. Overall, I must say that I was a bit disappointed with this one. I'm not sure if this remastered version of Evil Dead 2 was also a cut version, because as a teenager, Evil Dead 2 was my favorite movie in the trilogy. But after rewatching it, I felt like I had been headbutted by a demon. The movie felt incongruent and tonally confused. But what kept it afloat was its inventive camera work and at times cool special effects. It gets an overall score of 6, though that is a hard pill to swallow.
Swallow this.
It saddens me to see this movie so low on the scoreboard, but I'm sure that Army of Darkness will make up for it in the next episode. We definitely have a great setup for things to come. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you later.